Can you believe it? The king of the savannah, the lion, can actually be gored to death by a docile water buffalo. On the plains of Kenya, such a shocking scene has actually unfolded. We've always assumed that survival of the fittest is the iron law of the animal kingdom, but the truth is far more complex. Those seemingly helpless prey animals harbor devastating countermoves to kill top predators when cornered. Today, we reveal just how astonishing the desperate counterattacks of prey can be in the animal kingdom. The survival of the fittest is the common understanding of competition among wild animals. Top predators like lions and tigers are tacitly regarded as the rulers of nature due to their advantages, while herbivores are often labeled as passive prey. Yet extensive observational evidence demonstrates this principle is far from absolute. The counterstrikes unleashed by prey in desperate situations can exact a fatal toll on predators. This is no accident, but rather an inevitable outcome of natural selection and a crucial element in maintaining ecological balance. On the African savanna, lions face significant risks when hunting large, herd-dwelling herbivores. Long-term observation data from Kenya's Masai Mara Wildlife Reserve between 2015 and 2025 indicates that lion fatality rates during buffalo hunts reach approximately 15 to 20%, shattering the stereotype of the hunter's infallibility. Beyond buffalo, common lion prey such as wildebeest, zebra, and giraffe each possess counter-killing tactics. A wildebeest's horns can pierce a lion's chest and abdomen, while zebra's spinning kicks can shatter a lion's jaw. Giraffes' long legs can inflict fatal injuries directly. These instances are not mere fabrications but documented through field observations and footage, captured by zoologists and wildlife photographers. During the 2023 rainy season in the Masai Mara Reserve, a hunting party of 3 lionesses targeted a migrating herd of wildebeest. They selected an elderly male as their prey, attempting to isolate him from the herd through flanking maneuvers. When the lionesses launched their attack, the wildebeest did not surrender passively. It abruptly lowered its head, thrusting its sharp horns directly into the chest of the leading lioness, piercing her thoracic cavity. Zoologists who arrived later tracked the wounded lioness and discovered that severe internal organ damage rendered her incapable of hunting. She ultimately perished 3 days later from starvation and infection. This case was meticulously documented in the 2024 edition of the African Wildlife Journal, serving as a classic example of wildebeest counter-killing lions. Such counter-kill incidents are not confined to the African savanna. Similar occurrences exist across other ecosystems worldwide. In the tropical rainforests of South America, the jaguar reigns supreme as the apex predator. Agile and versatile, these felines can climb trees, swim, and possess a bite force capable of piercing even a turtle's hard shell. Yet, when targeting adult giant anteaters, jaguars often meet their downfall. Adult giant anteaters can reach 2 meters in length. Though lacking sharp teeth, they possess a pair of formidable claws measuring up to 10 centimeters. These claws, typically used to dig into ant nests for food, transform into lethal weapons when confronting a jaguar's attack. Zoologists have documented one such counterattack. An adult jaguar attempted to ambush an anteater by leaping from a tree. Detecting the predator, the anteater instantly reared up, stabilizing itself with its powerful hind legs while swinging its forelimbs in retaliation, landing a blow to the jaguar's ocular region that caused partial loss of vision. Ultimately, the jaguar perished from starvation due to diminished hunting capabilities. This observation stems from a long-term monitoring program in Brazil's Amazon rainforest reserve, utilizing infrared cameras and field tracking. The project has documented at least 6 instances of giant anteaters countering jaguars, with 2 resulting in the predator's demise. Cases across global ecosystems reveal that while the survival of the fittest remains the norm, nature harbors no absolute dominators. Every species possesses survival strategies. Prey's desperate counterattacks represent not merely individual struggles for life, but also the driving force behind coevolution, compelling predators to refine hunting tactics while prompting prey to strengthen defenses, thereby sustaining the dynamic equilibrium of ecosystems. Without such counter-kill behaviors, apex predators might proliferate excessively, causing prey populations to plummet and food chains to collapse. This offers a more nuanced understanding of survival of the fittest. Nature knows no perpetual victors, only survivors who adapt to their environment. The core of group-based counter-kills lies in collective cooperation, a crucial conclusion, validated by countless real-world animal observations. Within the wildlife realm, herd animals frequently rank among the most successful species in the food chain. Their triumph stems not merely from sheer population size, but from highly organized collective action. This capability transforms into formidable defensive and counterattack strength when confronting apex predators, enabling seemingly docile herbivores to unleash power that even the most formidable hunters struggle to withstand. The African buffalo exemplifies this collective counterattack against predators. Nicknamed the Black Death, this moniker aptly signifies their lethality, rooted in their formidable group coordination. Herds typically range from dozens to hundreds of individuals, governed by a strict hierarchy. The dominant bull, usually the largest and most experienced, leads the group in seeking water and food while directing counterattacks when danger arises. Zoologists documented a particularly illustrative instance of a buffalo herd counter-killing a lion pride in South Africa's Kruger National Park. A pride comprising 3 adult lions and 5 lionesses targeted a solitary subadult buffalo. The lions executed a precise division of labor, with the 3 males launching a frontal assault while the females attempted flanking maneuvers to corner the buffalo. Just as the buffalo was about to be brought down, the distant bellowing of the herd echoed across the plains. The subadult's distress call had been heard by the nearby herd. Hundreds of adult buffalo, led by a dominant bull, charged towards the lions at breakneck speed. Their hooves pounded the grassland with deafening clatter, kicking up a cloud of dust. As the herd arrived, the lead bull charged headlong, lowering his head and aiming his sturdy horns at a lion tearing at the subadult buffalo. With a violent thrust, the unsuspecting lion was sent flying several meters into the air, crashing heavily to the ground and rendered instantly incapacitated. Immediately afterwards, hundreds of buffalo formed a solid black wall, launching a coordinated charge against the lion pride. This mass charge represents the most lethal defensive tactic employed by gregarious herbivores. Confronted by this overwhelming charge, the lion pride instantly descended into chaos. Their hunting formation was utterly shattered, forcing them into a panicked retreat. Ultimately, 1 male lion and 2 females were trampled to death by the buffalo herd, while the remaining lions fled in disarray, severely wounded. This incident powerfully demonstrated the formidable strength of buffalo herd cooperation. Rather than confronting the lions individually, they employed a collective charge to create an overwhelming advantage, routing the apex predators. Subsequent research data indicates that African buffalo herds achieve a remarkable 47% success rate in coordinated counterattacks. When facing lion hunts, buffalo with group support exhibit survival rates over 60% higher than isolated individuals. These findings stem from 15 years of monitoring by the Kruger National Park Animal Behavior Research Center, covering more than 20 buffalo populations, lending them considerable authority and reference value. Beyond African buffalo, baboons also excel in cooperative counter-kills among social animals. Baboons are highly social creatures, forming groups of dozens or even hundreds. Their communities feature strict hierarchical structures and division of labor. Adult male baboons possess robust builds and formidable canine teeth measuring 5 to 6 centimeters in length, comparable to those of lionesses. Serving as the group's guardians, they bear the responsibility of repelling external threats. When a cheetah targets a young baboon within the troop, the collective counterattack displays astonishing discipline. Zoologists once observed such a scene on Tanzania's Serengeti Plains. A cheetah attempted to ambush a young baboon lagging behind the group. With blinding speed, it instantly pounced upon the youngster. Just as it prepared to seize its throat, nearby adult baboons emitted piercing alarm calls. Hearing the warning, the entire troop rapidly assembled. Over a dozen adult male baboons formed a vanguard, charging towards the cheetah. These male baboons worked with clear division of labor. Some drew the cheetah's attention head-on, while others flanked it, attacking its legs and back. Though the cheetah is the fastest land animal, its speed advantage was utterly useless in such confined space. Facing the assault of over a dozen baboons, the cheetah could only dodge relentlessly. Ultimately, its back was lacerated by a baboon's canine teeth and its legs were clawed, rendering it incapable of swift flight. Abandoning its cub, the cheetah fled the scene in disarray. Subsequent tracking by zoologists revealed that this injured predator, unable to hunt, eventually perished of starvation on the savannah. The key to the baboon troop's successful counterattack lay in their collaborative abilities, from alarm transmission to group mobilization and coordinated assaults. The entire process unfolded with remarkable orderliness, demonstrating exceptional organization. Research indicates that baboon alarm calls incorporate multiple distinct frequencies and rhythms, enabling precise communication of information such as predator type, threat level, and attack direction. This allows the troop to make correct response decisions in the shortest possible time. Such cooperative counterattacks by gregarious animals represent not mere numerical superiority but highly organized, tactical coordination and outcome of coevolution between genes and instincts forged through prolonged survival competition. Complex communication mechanisms form the core of this collaboration. The African buffalo's differentiated bellowing, or the baboon's combinations of facial expressions and movements, precisely convey danger signals and synchronize group actions. Rigorous hierarchical structures clarify command and execution roles, preventing chaotic internal conflict. From a biological perspective, groups with strong cooperative abilities better protect their young and females, enhancing the species' survival probability. This is the outcome of natural selection and constitutes the core advantage enabling gregarious species to thrive in nature. Prey possess unique and lethal counterweapons, forming the fundamental basis for their ability to turn the tables on predators. Each prey species' defensive armament has evolved over millions of years through natural selection, precisely targeting the attack vulnerabilities of predators. These become the lethal trump cards enabling prey to survive in dire straits. These weapons manifest as formidable limbs, razor-sharp organs, or unique physiological structures. Though seemingly ordinary, they unleash astonishing lethality at critical moments, exacting a heavy toll upon apex predators. The giraffe's long legs constitute such a lethal counterweapon. As the tallest land animal, adult giraffes stand 5 to 6 meters tall, with legs exceeding 2 meters in length. Their leg bones possess exceptional density, while concentrated muscle mass in the thighs and calves endows these limbs with formidable explosive power. Zoologists have measured the force of a giraffe's kick using dynamometers. Results indicate that a full-strength kick can deliver an instantaneous impact exceeding 1,000 pounds of force, sufficient to inflict fatal injuries on predators. In South Africa's Kruger National Park, zoologists documented a real-life instance of a giraffe counter-killing a lion. An adult giraffe grazing with its calf on the savannah was targeted by a 4-lion pride. The lions attempted to surround the calf, distracting the adult giraffe while seizing the opportunity to attack its abdomen. Sensing the danger, the adult giraffe immediately shielded its calf behind it. Facing the lion's encirclement, it repeatedly swung its long legs in counterattacks. One lion lunged sideways for the giraffe's belly, only to be met by a precise roundhouse kick from the giraffe's hind leg, striking the lion squarely on the head. A dull thud echoed as the lion collapsed instantly. Zoologists later examined the lion's carcass, revealing a comminuted skull fracture consistent with injuries inflicted by a giraffe's kick. The zebra's spinning kick represents another precise and lethal counterattack weapon. As one of the lion's primary prey, zebras may lack the giraffe's bulk but possess exceptional agility and pinpoint kicking ability. Zebras possess exceptionally powerful hind leg muscles and explosive strength. Crucially, their unique eye structure with eyes positioned on either side of the head provides near 360-degree vision, enabling them to accurately pinpoint a lion's position behind them even while galloping. The zebra's spinning kick carries considerable deterrent power. Through long-term observation, zoologists have noted that many lions sustain injuries when struck in vital areas during zebra hunts. In Kenya's Masai Mara Reserve, zoologists discovered multiple lion carcasses, all deceased from fractured mandibles. Unable to feed, they ultimately perished from starvation. Analysis of the scene confirmed these lions sustained fatal injuries to their jaws during zebra hunts, struck by the animal's spinning kicks. The lethality of the zebra's jaw kick stems from the fact that the lion's jaw is crucial for hunting. A fractured jaw renders the lion incapable of tearing flesh, inevitably leading to starvation. Autopsies conducted by zoologists revealed that the force of a zebra's hind leg kick can reach 800 pounds, sufficient to shatter a lion's bones. Moreover, zebras coordinate their kicks with body rotations, expanding their striking range and enhancing accuracy. Even while galloping at high speeds, they can precisely target predators behind them. Observations in the Masai Mara Reserve indicate that 32% of lion injuries are linked to zebra kicks, with 15% of these cases resulting in the lion's death. The porcupine's quills constitute a formidable physical counter-injury weapon. Its back and tail are densely covered with approximately 30,000 to 50,000 sharp, rigid quills, each measuring 15 to 20 centimeters in length. The tip of every quill features a razor-sharp barb angled at 45 degrees. This structure ensures that once embedded in an animal's flesh, the quills hook firmly and are extremely difficult to remove. More alarmingly, these quills are loose within the porcupine's body and detach easily, remaining embedded in the predator. The more the predator struggles, the deeper the quills sink, inflicting greater injury. On the African savanna, leopards are among the porcupine's primary predators. Yet many leopards pay a heavy price when hunting them. The warthog's tusks serve as formidable piercing weapons. 4 sharp tusks protrude from its jaws. The upper tusks, measuring 20 to 30 centimeters, curve upwards, while the lower tusks, though shorter, are exceptionally razor-sharp. These lower tusks constantly grind against the upper ones, maintaining a blade-like edge. These tusks can easily rip through a leopard's belly or pierce a lion's leg. In Tanzania's Serengeti Plains, zoologists captured footage of an adult warthog counterkilling a leopard. A leopard attempted to ambush a warthog's young, only to be detected by the adult. The warthog swiftly turned, lowered its head, bared its razor-sharp tusks towards the leopard, and charged with force. The leopard attempted to evade but was struck in the abdomen by the warthog's tusks, which sliced through its internal organs. With a piercing cry, the leopard collapsed and ultimately succumbed to massive internal bleeding. Prey across ecosystems possess specialized counter-killing weapons. The giant anteater of South American rainforests wields 10-centimeter-long razor-sharp claws capable of inflicting fatal wounds on jaguars. In the ocean, octopuses use sucker-studded arms and paralyzing mucus to ensnare reef sharks by the gills, suffocating them, while the polar musk ox's formidable horns can hurl Arctic wolves into the air. These weapons are the product of long-term coevolution, perfectly adapted to their environments and the attack methods of their predators. They demonstrate the law of the animal world that there are no absolute weaklings. Each species occupies its ecological niche through unique survival strategies. Top predators face immense risks when hunting, an objective fact corroborated by countless wildlife observation data and case studies. While people often witness the majestic spectacle of a top predator's kill, they overlook the grave dangers these creatures endure during the hunt. In truth, every pursuit by a top predator is a life-or-death gamble. Behind the high rewards lies an extremely high risk of injury or death. As Africa's top predator on the savannah, lions face hunting risks exceeding many people's imagination. A decade-long study by zoologists in Kenya's Masai Mara Reserve revealed that lion hunting African buffalo carries a casualty rate of approximately 15 to 20%. This implies that for every 5 to 6 lions participating in a buffalo hunt, one may be injured or killed by the buffalo's counterattack. While no authoritative data currently supports the claim that young lions face a 30% mortality rate during their first wildebeest hunt, inexperienced young lions do indeed sustain injuries at a significantly higher rate than adults. Common injuries include goring by wildebeest horns and limb sprains. These statistics and observations demonstrate that lion hunting is far from a surefire success, but rather an inherently perilous endeavor. Similar incidents are not uncommon on the African savanna. In 2021, zoologists observed another male lion perishing during a giraffe hunt in Botswana's Okavango Delta. This lion attempted to single-handedly ambush a subadult giraffe, only to be struck in the neck by the giraffe's hind legs during the pursuit. The blow fractured its cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death. Subsequent post-mortem reports revealed that the giraffe's kick not only fractured the lion's cervical vertebrae but also shattered multiple ribs, underscoring the formidable lethality of such strikes. These incidents starkly demonstrate that even seasoned adult lions face exceptionally high mortality risks when pursuing large prey. Cheetahs, as the fastest land animals, also face significant hunting risks. Their success rate of approximately 25 to 30% may seem respectable, but failure to secure prey or sustaining injuries during the hunt can prove fatal. The cheetah's physique is optimized for high-speed pursuit yet remains exceptionally fragile. Its slender bones and leg-dominant musculature render it ill-suited for close-quarters combat. Consequently, when hunting gregarious prey like baboons, cheetahs are frequently overwhelmed and injured by mob attacks. In Tanzania's Serengeti Plains, zoologists observed a cheetah hunting a young baboon. Though the cheetah seized the young baboon through blistering speed, it was swiftly surrounded by over a dozen adult male baboons. The baboons attacked the cheetah's back and legs with their sharp canine teeth, inflicting a long gash across its back and multiple bite wounds on its legs, rendering it unable to sprint. The cheetah was forced to abandon the young baboon and flee the scene in disarray. However, due to infection in its wounds and its inability to hunt at high speeds, it ultimately starved to death on the grasslands. As the apex predator in aquatic environments, crocodiles likewise face significant risks when hunting. Their prey includes fish, waterfowl, antelope, and even elephant calves. Yet when attempting to capture elephant calves, crocodiles often meet their match. Zoologists documented an instance along the Zambezi River where a crocodile was killed by an elephant.
A 3-meter-long crocodile lay in wait underwater, attempting to ambush a calf drinking at the river's edge. It suddenly lunged from the water, clamping its jaws onto the calf's trunk and attempting to drag it beneath the surface to drown it. However, the calf's distress calls drew the attention of a nearby adult female elephant. Enraged, the mother charged into the water, colliding with the crocodile using her massive body. She then impaled the crocodile with her tusks before stomping on it with her front legs. Ultimately, the crocodile's shell was crushed, its internal organs damaged, and it died instantly. The crocodile's death-defying somersault proved utterly futile against the sheer force of the elephant. The hunting risks faced by apex predators are further highlighted by the survival challenges of injury. Most predators live solitary or in small groups, lacking companions to provide long-term care. Once injured and unable to hunt, they ultimately perish from starvation and suffering. Zoological analyses reveal that approximately 25 to 30% of deaths among apex predators, like lions and leopards, result from hunting injuries.
This proportion exceeds deaths from disease and is comparable to those from intraspecific competition. Furthermore, human activities causing habitat shrinkage and prey depletion force predators to hunt larger, riskier prey, further amplifying dangers. From an ecological perspective, this high risk serves as a crucial mechanism for regulating predator populations and safeguarding prey stability. It also drives continuous species evolution, revealing both the brutality and fascination of survival competition in the animal kingdom. Certain species achieve counterpredation through innate physiological traits, a phenomenon termed bloodline suppression. This concept is not mystical but refers to genetically encoded physiological advantages evolved over millennia. These traits enable them to naturally counteract certain apex predators, allowing smaller or weaker individuals to prevail against larger opponents. This counterattack strategy relies neither on collective cooperation nor fortuitous chance, but rather on the inherent physiological structure and genetic advantages of the species itself, exhibiting remarkable stability and inevitability. The confrontation between mongooses and cobras exemplifies such bloodline suppression counter-kills. Cobras are among nature's most fearsome venomous creatures, their venom containing potent neurotoxins capable of rapidly paralyzing a prey's nervous system, leading to respiratory failure and death. The venom of a single adult cobra is sufficient to kill a full-grown elephant. Consequently, most animals avoid cobras, yet mongooses are an exception. Not only are they unafraid of cobras, they actively prey upon them. The key to the mongoose's ability to counter the venom lies in its evolved tolerance to certain snake toxins. Molecular biology research indicates that a genetic mutation has occurred in the acetylcholine receptors within the mongoose's body. This mutation makes it difficult for the cobra's neurotoxins to bind to the receptors, thereby reducing the venom's effectiveness. In other words, the mongoose possesses a strong tolerance to cobra venom. This resistance is hardwired into the genet's genetic makeup, requiring no acquired learning or training. It is the result of species evolution. Zoologists conducted an experiment where they injected mongooses with a dose of cobra venom equivalent to 50 times the lethal dose for humans. The mongooses exhibited symptoms such as lethargy but recovered fully within hours without fatalities. This experiment conclusively demonstrates the mongoose's remarkable tolerance to cobra venom. Beyond this resilience, mongooses possess exceptional hunting skills. Their compact, agile build and lightning-fast reflexes enable them to evade cobra attacks with ease. Moreover, they excel at teamwork when hunting cobras. One mongoose typically distracts the snake by provoking it relentlessly, wearing it down, whilst another stealthily circles around to the rear, seeking an opening. The moment the cobra shows vulnerability, the mongoose lunges with lightning speed, biting precisely at the back of the cobra's skull. This crushes the skull, severing the central nervous system and instantly neutralizing the cobra's ability to resist. This combination of endurance and technique makes the mongoose a natural predator of cobras, achieving effective bloodline suppression. In the desert regions of Rajasthan, India, zoologists observed a 68% success rate for mongoose cobra hunts. Even when facing the highly venomous king cobra, the mongoose leverages its advantages to gain the upper hand. The honey badger, commonly known as the flat-headed brother, represents another species that achieves bloodline suppression through physiological traits. Recognized by Guinness World Records as the world's most fearless animal, weighing merely 10 to 15 kilograms, they boldly challenge apex predators like lions and leopards beasts dozens of times, their size often forcing retreats and occasionally achieving successful counter-kills. This audacity stems from their unique physiological structure and formidable physical advantages. Firstly, honey badgers possess thick, loose fur up to 6 millimeters deep. with substantial air pockets between the fur and skin. This structure imparts exceptional resilience to their coat. When lions or leopards bite into the fur, they struggle to reach the skin. Moreover, honey badgers can freely twist their bodies within their thick undercoat to deliver a counterbite, leaving their opponents unable to secure a firm hold. Finally, honey badgers possess an exceptionally tenacious fighting spirit. Their amygdala, the brain region responsible for fear, is relatively small, resulting in a diminished perception of danger. Innately fearless, once they initiate an attack, they fight to the bitter end without retreat. This tenacious fighting spirit deters many apex predators from provoking them, for even if they manage to kill a honey badger, they themselves will inevitably be bitten, paying a heavy price. These physiological traits enable honey badgers to effortlessly withstand attacks from lions, leopards, and other apex predators, achieving counter kills against larger opponents. They stand as the epitome of bloodline dominance. In 2020, infrared cameras in South Africa's Kruger National Park captured a honey badger confronting two leopards. The honey badger initiated the attack, persistently provoking the leopards until they withdrew, deterred by the threat of retaliation. This footage vividly demonstrates the honey badger's fearless nature. Numerous species in nature achieve such bloodline suppression counter-kills through physiological adaptations. Sea lions' robust skulls can crush great white sharks' gill slits, causing suffocation. Rainforest possums emit odors that repel predators like jaguars, forcing them to abandon hunts. These physiological traits are the combined result of genetic mutation and natural selection, representing the pinnacle of co-evolutionary adaptation. Predators enhance their offensive capabilities, while prey evolve tolerance and defensive advantages, making the struggle for survival more complex and compelling. This demonstrates that size is not the sole determinant of victory. Genetic superiority often enables the underdog to achieve miraculous triumphs. The key to victory lies not merely in size, but in courage and survival wisdom. This core principle emerges from countless instances of smaller animals overcoming larger opponents. While conventional wisdom often views size as the decisive factor in animal conflicts, assuming larger creatures will naturally overpower smaller ones, the reality of the animal world is fraught with unpredictability. Countless instances demonstrate that courage and survival cunning can often compensate for physical disadvantages, enabling the underdog to achieve a reversal of fortune and create miracles where the small triumph over the large. The confrontation between the honey badger and the lion is a classic example of courage and intelligence overcoming size superiority. The honey badger weighs only 10 to 15 kilograms, while an adult lion can weigh over 200 kilograms, a tenfold disparity in size. On paper, the honey badger stands no chance against the lion. Yet through fearless courage and astute combat tactics, it has become a creature lions prefer to avoid. This audacity stems from the honey badger's unique physiology. Its amygdala, the brain region governing fear, is notably underdeveloped. Consequently, its perception of danger is severely diminished, endowing it with an innate fearlessness. This courage is not a learned trait but an instinct hardwired into its DNA. When encountering a lion, the honey badger does not turn and flee like other creatures. Instead, it charges headlong, roaring defiantly at its predator. This unflinching aggression often catches lions off guard. More significantly, honey badgers possess astute combat intelligence. Fully aware of their size disadvantage, they avoid direct confrontation with lions. Instead, they target the predator's vulnerabilities, specifically the eyes, nose, and underbelly. These areas are the lion's weak points. A successful strike here inflicts excruciating pain. Zoologists once observed such a scene in South Africa's Kruger National Park. While foraging, a honey badger encountered a mature male lion. The lion attempted to seize the badger as prey and launched an attack. Yet instead of fleeing, the honey badger swiftly charged towards the lion, targeting its nose with a fierce bite. The lion roared in agony and attempted to swat the honey badger away with its paws. Yet the honey badger, with remarkable agility, dodged relentlessly while persistently attacking the lion's vulnerable points. Ultimately, fearing the honey badger might bite its eye, the lion relented and departed the scene in frustration. In this confrontation, the honey badger did not rely on physical superiority but instead employed fearless courage and a precise strategy of targeting vulnerabilities to successfully repel the far larger lion, fully demonstrating the importance of courage and intelligence. The octopus's counterattack against the reef shark exemplifies survival wisdom in the ocean. Though smaller than the shark and lacking sharp teeth or a hard shell, seemingly perfect prey, the octopus employed exceptional camouflage and tactical cunning to turn the tables. Octopuses are masters of camouflage in the ocean, capable of altering their color and shape to blend seamlessly with their surroundings. When a reef shark approaches, the octopus first conceals itself through camouflage, then suddenly squirts ink to create a black smoke screen, disrupting the shark's vision. Seizing the moment of disorientation, the octopus swiftly wraps its 8 arms around the shark's body, particularly targeting the gills. The suction cups on its arms cling tenaciously to the shark's skin, while secreting a paralyzing mucus that slows the shark's movements. The reef shark's primary respiratory organ is its gill region. Once ensnared by the octopus, it cannot breathe normally and ultimately suffocates to death. Zoologists captured footage at Australia's Great Barrier Reef showing a reef shark attempting to prey upon an octopus. The shark's vision was obscured by the octopus's ink discharge, after which its gills became ensnared by the cephalopod's arms. The shark struggled desperately, yet its frantic movements only tightened the grip of the arms. Gradually, the shark's body stiffened and ceased breathing. In this oceanic confrontation, the octopus successfully counterkilled the larger reef shark through its masterful camouflage and tactical intelligence, reaffirming the decisive role of survival wisdom in animal conflicts. Research reveals that octopuses possess complex brain structures with strong learning and memory capabilities, enabling them to adapt counter-killing strategies against different predators, a level of intelligence exceptionally rare among invertebrates. From a biological perspective, courage and survival wisdom represent key evolutionary survival strategies. Courage enables animals to confront danger without retreat, maximizing their chances of survival. Wisdom allows them to leverage strengths and mitigate weaknesses, devising efficient combat tactics that enhance counterattack success rates. Numerous observational cases confirm that both significantly elevate the survival probability of the weaker party. This overturns the entrenched notion that size determines victory, highlighting the unpredictability and fascination of survival competition in the animal kingdom. It also deepens our understanding of the survival of the fittest principle. The tenacity and wisdom of life are the core foundations upon which species establish themselves in nature. Global climate change and human activities have intensified survival competition in the animal kingdom, giving rise to new patterns in prey counter-kills. African buffalo herds have expanded their collaborative response range to adapt to grassland droughts. Zebras have continuously improved their kicking accuracy to counter lions' increasingly ferocious attacks. These adaptations are inevitable responses to environmental pressures, testifying to life's resilience and the marvels of evolution. Delving into predator-reverse kill behavior not only reveals nature's wonders but also provides scientific insights for ecological conservation. Studying the co-evolutionary relationship between prey and predators allows us to grasp the precise mechanisms of ecological balance and formulate rational conservation strategies. Each species forms a vital link in the ecosystem, its existence and evolution collectively shaping our richly diverse natural world. As observation technologies advance, future research will uncover further instances of predator-reverse kill and unravel more mysteries of life's evolution.